Let's finally get underway. I don't understand what the bug is with that for the controller, but anyway, yeah, let's head out to the active and get ready to depart. So sorry about this, guys. I'd love to know what the issue is with this controller. It's something to do with what's happened on the last update. It's absolutely ridiculous what goes on. Let's just take this taxiway to the active. Just hold it short of 22 right there for a second, put the parking brake on, go back into the cockpit. Right, just check left, make sure there's nothing coming on the approach, nothing I can see. Checking to the right, airfield is free. Okay, ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much indeed for bearing with me with the teething issues and the problems that we've got here on Jetstream TV with the flight controls. But without further ado, let's get up in the air and let's get flying. Very quickly check the flaps are ready for departure, which they are. Okay, let's go. We're going to do a gentle roll and then get the power in. Big glowing lights here on the runway at Nice Cote d'Azur. Look at that. It's impressive, isn't it? Okay, all systems checked. Ready to go. Check. Ready when you are. 3, 2, 1. Now. Just up at number 2.
80 knots.
80 knots, flex achieved, speed line down both sides. V1, rotate. Just through V2, that's a positive rate. Gears coming up. Throttling back to 70% N1. Beautiful sunset ahead of us. Okay, so we're going to instigate the autopilot now. It's autopilot's going in, command 1, and then we'll hit LNAV with a right turn. Sorry, straight ahead, and then making a left turn out to our first waypoint. Just ensuring that VS mode is on at 2,500 feet per minute. The speed, we can come up there just a little bit now. 265. Auto throttle is on. Flight director is on. And everything is looking good for the departure, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just check the nose cam with the beautiful lights over Nice and the Côte d'Azur here in the south of France, with a left turn out over to the sea and then a number of right hand turns that's going to track us back north across the mainland of France from the south heading north. Then we'll be making an easterly turn out to Marseille. Must apologise for the beginning of this the flight, guys, but it's so many teething problems with this controller right now with the sim. Every time I load a flight, it's just not recognising the controls. But auto throttle's doing its thing. I think the flaps can come up now. to flaps 5, flaps 1, and then flaps 0. What a magnificent view we have there of Cannes, ladies and gentlemen. Got the strobe lights on there. Seeing strobes on the wings. Let's just check that quickly. Should be all working. We'll get the landing lights off anyway, we don't need them for now. Landing lights off. And we'll get the runway taxi lights off. Bring them back on for the arrival at Barcelona. Get a screen grab of that for the thumbnail. And hopefully we're going to straighten up now and we'll get another view of the runway lights of Nice off in the distance. Yeah, we are straightening up there now. That's actually Monte Carlo beneath us. And that is a magnificent shot, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the runway lights there of Nice in the distance. Excuse me. Terrible problems with the throat at the moment, guys, just bear with me. I've missed the opportunity for another screenshot there as well with all that malarkey and the frog in the throat. I don't know. So that's our view from the captain's seat right now, chasing the sunset heading north. Cruise altitude today 360, currently at 15,000, heading for 16,000, so we'll increase our flight level up to our cruise 360, and we'll climb at 2,600 feet per minute. Flaps up after takeoff checks complete. You can see where we are on the iPad there now. We're just heading on a northwesterly track up to our next couple of waypoints, and then we'll be heading southwest down to Marseille on the coast and cutting across the ocean on our way to Barcelona. Some mountains off to the right hand side there as well. Very nice indeed. Thank you very much indeed for joining us here again. Twitch.tv, Tim's a pilot, and of course Jetstream TV on YouTube. Wow, look at the snow-capped mountains over there. It's rather impressive as we chase the sunset. That's absolutely beautiful, isn't it? That makes for a lovely thumbnail as well, to be honest with you guys. Get a quick grab on that, lovely. Can't have enough thumbnail choices for YouTube, if you know what I'm saying, guys. $22,000 now, heading for 360. Let's have a better look at the route. Heading direct to Amiro. 4.0 nautical miles inbound at tracker 329. We've got a subtle headwind from right to left coming on to the nose from the east, 25 knots, 009. Currently doing 265. We'll increase our speed up to 300 knots now that we're clear of 10,000. 300 knots is in and running. Climbing at 2600 vertical speed. Everything's looking good. We'll just zoom out on the EFIS here just a little bit now. Yeah, you can see our left-hand turn at the next waypoint. And we will reach our assigned altitude just after we make a left-hand turn, heading down south-westerly towards Marseille. Wonderful views off the nose of the aircraft from the captain's point of view, from the captain's viewpoint as we chase the sunset. Lovely clear skies this evening over the south of France, and beautiful snow-capped mountains off to the right hand side there. Isn't that stunning? A screenshot of that as well. Beautiful. Has it all. Pink in the sky, stars, snow-capped mountains, slightly lit up valleys in amongst the mountain range there in the south of France. I'll have to research what that mountain range is called. Do us a favour, guys, in the comments if you know. Let me know down in the comments what that mountain range is. You can even see some little lights of the there must be ski resorts over there. That's very pretty indeed. Lovely. That's very impressive. And that is equally as impressive. Look at that beautiful sunset we've got going off in the west. 32 minutes into the stream now, guys. Just got some technical problems with the HOTUS 1 joystick and throttle quadrant that I've got here since they've done the last update. For some reason I'm having terrible problems with any aircraft recognising the flight controls, and there's a quick fix that I've found. If you just go into slew mode and you take the aircraft off the ground so it's actually in flight and then put it back where it was, that kind of kick starts for some reason the throttle quadrant, and I've only found that through playing around with stuff. Anyway, we're making our left hand turn now down to Marseille, as we will be reaching our assigned cruise altitude of flight level 360 momentarily. We really aren't far away at all. We'll hear the audible sign in the cockpit, the audible noise in the cockpit, sorry, to let us know that we are at our cruising altitude of 360. Wonderful views here. That's rather a nice view too, wouldn't you say? Oh wow, that is special. Isn't that beautiful? Leaving the snow-capped mountains to the east of Nice behind now as we track southwesterly back down towards the coast of southern France, heading direct Marseille now. Really not much to see right now as the sun takes up most of our view here, the sunset, chasing the sunset out to the west. And you can see on our track, heading direct Padco now at 68 nautical miles inbound. We are at 330, heading up to 360. All looking good. That's fine. And I'm just going to select VS mode. For some reason that's clicked out. When I get up a little bit faster than that to our assigned altitude, 2,000 feet per minute, should get us up to 360 nicely. So for the first time tonight, guys, I'm just going to check on the map. Just got the sunset reflecting on the edge of the nose there. Very, very nice indeed, as the lights come into view from the various villages and towns and cities beneath us, as you can see the main coastline just off to the left hand side. Now we're tracking back out southwesterly now towards the coast again after our departure from Nice. What was I going to do then? There's our assigned altitude of 360. We're now in the cruise, ladies and gentlemen. I was checking the map, wasn't I? Yeah, good point. So there we are, 2 nautical miles. Don't want to be zoomed in that much, but you can see our track where we've departed from Nice, Cote d'Azur, with a northwesterly track up to Amiro. We've just made a left turn at Badod, and we're now southwesterly heading down to Padco, which is basically right next to Marseille. There's Marseille and Provence Airport, which will be off to our right hand side as we pass over. We should get a lovely view of that, all lit up beneath us. We'll make sure that we have a good look for that. We've also got another airport, La Castellette, on the left hand side at the same time that we pass Marseille. So some points of interest on the way down to the coast here now. And as you can see again, Padco then takes us to Divco and directly across the bay here into the arrival at Alba in the on the eastern Spanish coast, on the way down for our arrival in kind of a zigzag formation down to Prat Barcelona. I think the arrival airport is 24 right this evening. That's all well and good. So if we bring the map back here, there's also a little lake to the left of us there, which we might be able to see now off the left hand side. Do we see the lake? Yes, there it is, just in front of the engine. Have a little zoom in on that. Yeah, beautiful stuff. Very lovely indeed. And our view looking back north, kind of northwesterly. Into France. That's actually a beautiful shot. That could be a beautiful thumbnail with the contrails. Let me just zoom in on that. We'll get a bit of the sky in there, the lights below us and the sunset. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. And we'll just tilt that up a little bit for a Facebook story, for a YouTube story. We want some of that sunset in, we want some of the contrails in. And we'll just leave that running for maybe 60 seconds for a YouTube story there. Flying over the beautiful villages beneath us now as we head southwest down to the coast of France, south coast of France and Marseille in Provence in particular, as the sun sets off to the west. What's an absolutely beautiful view this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much indeed again for joining me here at Jetstream TV. I do like the way when it goes to the cockpit view, especially at night, that initially you can't see anything. It's like it's blurred, but then you've got to wait a number of seconds for your eyes to readjust to the light, and then miraculously all of the foreground and the city lights beneath us all pop into play. I'll show you that again. Just have a little glance at that. We'll just pop off to the right hand side or the left hand side, so we'll just pop to that view and then we'll go straight back to the pilot's view, and you'll see that it's nothing there, and then it slowly fades into view as if your eyes are readjusting. Fabulous. They've just thought of everything. Tell the light's already there. Never mind. That's the nose cam view. I do like to talk shite on this channel, but yeah, that's what it seemed like the last time I did it. Let's go back to the external view and let's see if it does it again. No, doesn't really matter either way. We are coming up to the coastline now, and we should have Marseille Airport off to our right hand side very shortly as we approach the coast. I think it's Castelli airport that we've got off to our left hand side as well. We'll just check the map very quickly. Yes, that's tracking nicely down to Padco now, probably around about 20 nautical miles inbound. We'll check that in the PFD momentarily. Thank you once again for joining us here at Jetstream TV. It's great to have your company. Thanks for coming along. We'll see if we can see Marseille and Provence airport off to the right hand side in the next couple of minutes. And again, as I say, to the left hand side we should be coming up on Le Castellet. Should be able to see that below us as we head southwest back down towards the southern coast of France at Marseille. We'll be making a right hand turn to Divco. That'll take us out over the ocean and heading direct for the eastern coast of Spain, just to the north of Barcelona, for our arrival into El Prat this evening. Wonderful views here. And there is Marseille Provence Airport just coming in on the left hand side of the screen now, guys. You can just see the end of the runway lights flickering beneath us. Wonderful evening for flying. Look at that sunset. Beautiful, majestic stuff. We're in the cruise at 360. We took off. We had loads of teething problems again with the joystick, ruined the first 15 minutes of the live stream, but managed to do the bug fix that I've learnt what to do to get the joystick and the throttle quadrants working. Terrible issue with the last update on Flight Sim 2020. You can see the airport beneath us there now, just coming into view on the left hand side. It's Marseille and Provence. To the left hand side we should have the other airport, but can't see anything. Not the end of the world. Yeah, so departed Nice Cote d'Azur on runway 22 right approximately 20 minutes ago or so. Then we did a track north, headed inland, and then turned back out towards the coast, which is where we are exactly now, departing Marseille over the Mediterranean Ocean. You can see exactly where we are. There's Marseille Airport down there beneath us. See that now as we've zoomed in. It's rather beautiful, isn't it? Southern coast of France there. And there's our left turn to Divco. Another screenshot required. That is absolutely beautiful. Oh wow, that's a shot, isn't it? Look at that. Stunning. So we head out over the ocean, guys, directly ahead towards the east coast of Spain, which you can just see off in the distance. It's going to be a long track over the ocean, this. So we'll keep having glances down over to the right hand side to see what coastlines we can see here as we make a subtle left turn. It's going to leave you with a view off the right wing now with the sunset as the oranges start to fade and it becomes night finally here over the Mediterranean Sea, looking northward, northwesterly to be specific, at the southern coast of France. Not very much to see from the cockpit right now, guys, as we are over the ocean, so we'll just pull it back for a very nice look of the cockpit, very nice view of the cockpit as we fly over the ocean here. It's rather a nice view too, isn't it? I think we'll keep it there for now. We'll also get the map view up. I might as well hide these because they just get in the way, don't they? See you later, guys. Is that gone now? So when you hide it, it just pops it down. I never knew that. Anyway, not to worry. You can actually see on the iPad our track now as we head out over the ocean. Coming up on Cote. Well, if you look on the PFD, that's how far away we are now from Barcelona, about 100 nautical miles inbound, so I think it's around about time we started to make our descent. Let's just check the FMC. So at Alba, which is approximately 92 nautical miles away, we need to be at 25,000 feet, and at Njuk we need to be at 8,000 feet. So just past the waypoint there now, heading direct to Alba, so 92 nautical miles from now we need to descend 11,000 feet to be at 250. So we'll begin our descent in about 5 minutes time, and we'll get that in to get us down to 250 by Alba. Right out over the ocean now, guys. You can just about make out the eastern coast of Spain there with the sunset off in the distance. And the beautiful, majestic heavens above us. And Orion's belt directly above. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Now that is a shot, ladies and gents, with the moon. Orion's belt and the moon in one shot. I'm just going to take a screenshot of that because that is rather lovely. Very nice indeed. 50 minutes into the flight now, guys. Thanks very much. We're in the cruise at 360, heading across the Mediterranean Sea towards the eastern coast of Spain, just to the north of Barcelona, for our arrival tonight into El Prat. I think it's about time we started bringing the aircraft down now, so I'm just going to change the Mach level back to IAS and start descending the aircraft down to 250. So 250 is set. We'll go into VS mode. And we want to be coming down, I would say 11,000 feet in 74 nautical miles, around about 700, 800 feet per minute. That should reel us off and take us around about 10, no, we'll go 1,000 feet per minute on the descent. You'll notice the nose dipping gradually, and there is the green arc on the PFD, so we can see exactly where we will reach our assigned altitude. So that's a little bit too soon, so we'll just reduce that a little bit, and that green arc should now slowly move up towards Alba. It'll go off screen and come back down again once it's decided what it's doing. Yeah, there it is, straight back in. I'm hoping that that rests nicely just at Alba there, which it is doing. That's absolutely bang on, I think. Just steady yourself off there, that's nice. We don't need to change that anymore, do we? Yeah, I think we do. Like that, 900 feet. That should pull it back ever so slightly. And we'll make it 1,000. $1,100 and we're all good. We will be at 25,000 feet by Albert. The coastline of southern France disappearing into the distance now, guys. 53 minutes into the stream. I'm thinking around about 20 minutes now until our arrival into Prat Barcelona. The descent has begun. We're gradually coming down at a rate of 1,100 feet per minute. .57 nautical miles inbound to Alba. Just increase the EFIS ever so slightly and zoom in there. Yeah, that's better. That should be better for the arrival. 33,000 feet now, coming down to 250. Flight level 250. The speed is managed. That's dropped itself to 240 now while we're in the descent. As beautiful as the views are, when you've got segments like this, especially if it's pitch black at night and you're flying over large expanses of ocean with very little to see outside, it must get a little bit boring. I mean, obviously you're going to get uninterrupted views of the stars like you would never see anywhere else in the world with zero light pollution. It's got to be absolutely phenomenal and something you would never ever get bored of. But as you can see, the views out of the window now aren't that great. We've got the beautiful sunset that we're looking at, and the lights of the eastern coast of Spain are just slowly beginning to pop into view now and become a little bit more clearer. Let's just let the eyes adjust there from the captain's seat, as the eastern coast of Spain is coming up pretty rapidly now, believe it or not. Yeah, 40 miles away now from Alba, and yeah, we are bang on 25,000 feet on reaching, which is absolutely perfect where we need to be. Ground speed of 392 miles per hour. We've got a crosswind exactly from north to south at 334, 29 knots across the nose of the aircraft, which won't be doing us great amounts of favours regarding speed, but we need to slow down now anyway. We're in the descent, so that's completely fine. Let's just check the FMC quickly, because we need to establish 8,000 feet by Njuk, so that's around about 50 miles after Alba. So as soon as we reach Alba, I'll be putting in 8,000 feet, and we should be at 8,000 feet by Njuk. 50 miles, I'm going to imagine that's probably going to be around about 2,500 feet per minute on the descent to get us down to there. Just at a guesstimate, we'll check it on the way down. But we'll keep it to 250 on reaching for Alba, and then we'll drop it to 8,000 feet on reaching for Njuk, which is another 3 waypoints further down the track. I hope you find it okay the way that I explain how things are done in the cockpit here. I'm by no means no expert, although I've been into aviation for many years, 30 plus years, and flying flight sim since Flight Simulator 98, believe it or not. My name was FS Painter back in the day, and for the PC I made dozens and dozens of aircraft liveries for the PC versions of various flight sim versions, Flight Sim X, Flight Sim 98, Flight Simulator 2000. I was big in the modding community back in the day for PC, and especially doing textures for the aircraft, as I was a Photoshop artist and working in the games industry at the time anyway, so it kind of just made complete sense to me to design beautiful liveries for the aircraft that people, the simmers, were flying at that time, but we're going back well over 20 years now. Just a little bit of info for you about the past, things I've done regarding aviation. And if we just jump back to the nose of the aircraft, we can now see the coastline lighting up beneath us on the approach to Barcelona. We'll be tracking over the eastern coast of Spain to the north of Barcelona and doing like a zigzag approach down to El Prat. "60 minutes into the stream now, guys. That's an hour. The first 10-15 minutes was ruined due to the thrust quadrant and the flight stick incompatibility with the latest version of Flight Simulator. Whatever they've done, they've absolutely ruined it. I'm hoping they fix that, because one thing about FS 2020 is why I'm still flying it is because it's very stable and very little problems, hardly anything in the way of bugs. And now whatever they've done in the latest build has just absolutely screwed it, to be honest with you, and it's ruining the experience for me, I'm not going to lie. But I'll keep persevering and bringing content to the channel, because I do know that you guys thoroughly enjoy watching. So once again, thank you very much indeed for your support and coming along on the journeys that I choose to take you on. Right, let's get back into the cockpit, see how far we are now from Alba. 30 nautical miles inbound. We'll just speed up ever so slightly. We'll should get us down there a little bit faster. Speeding us up ever so slightly. "28 nautical miles inbound now. So we'll just chill for another 5 minutes or so until we get to our next waypoint. Then we'll be tracking southwest to the next waypoint after that, and beginning the descent down further to 8,000 feet. And here we are now, ladies and gentlemen, approaching the east coast of Spain. Lighting up and illuminating nicely directly ahead of us. There's our view from the nose cam. Wonderful sights. And that sunset taking a while to disappear, keep giving us that lovely orange stripe across the edge of the horizon. Absolutely stunning. "10 nautical miles now," or is that 18? 18 nautical miles inbound Elba. Need to be 8,000 by Enjuk, which is about 50 miles further on than Alba, so yeah, we're all on track at the moment. 26,000 feet, 26,700 on the altitude. We need to be at 25,000 by Alba in approximately 16 nautical miles, so we are on track for a very, very nice descent profile down to Barcelona. And I'm going to now, as we're almost there, we get rid of that master caution. It's giving us a fuel light. Shouldn't be an issue at all. We've got plenty on board. Barcelona approximately 15 minutes away now, I would say, if that. So okay, we are 10 nautical miles outside of Alba right now, so we'll begin our descent profile down to 8,000 feet. And we will increase our rate of descent to about 3,000 feet per minute. That's really lowering the nose now. We'll decrease the speed slightly back to 250 as we're coming to through 10,000 feet on this leg of the descent. I'm just going to see where the green line takes us on the PFD there with the EFIS. So at Enjuk you can see the green line moving up now on the PFD. We need to be at 8,000 feet by Enjuk, and it's looking like it's exactly at Enjuk with 3,000 feet per minute on the descent profile, where we'll be around about 8,000 feet. Maybe overestimated it, it's bringing it back, so we'll make that 2,500 feet per minute on the descent. See what that does. That green arc should move back up now towards Enjuk, which is here. If you can follow what I'm doing with the mouse compass. Passing through 23,000 now for 8,000. That's going to go right back up and then back down again once it figures out and levels off, knows exactly where we're going to be by the time we get down to 8,000 feet. So that should bring us back down now for Enjuk. That's about right really. That should move up again ever so slightly. And should stop around about Enjuk. Perfect. Absolutely pristine descent profile, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you do it. That'll do us for now. Good stuff, 22,000 feet, so we're at 280 knots now. Tracking due west with a left hand turn imminent, which is right there, ladies and gents. A left hand turn now as we descend down to 8,000 feet towards El Prat airport at Barcelona. Should make for a beautiful arrival at night, clear skies, the sunset off to our west hand side. Just make sure that we've still got VS mode on there from the cockpit view. Yeah, still coming down at 2,500 feet. And you can see the city lights of Barcelona directly ahead there, guys. Big clump of orange directly ahead, maybe even off to the left hand side. "70 minutes into the flight now, more or less, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much indeed for joining us here. Twitch.tv, you're with Tim's a Pilot, and of course Jetstream TV on YouTube. And you can see our track is going to take us off to the right in a minute and then zigzag down. Right, then left, then right, then left, then down to the airport. And Barcelona is just that clump of orange you can see off in the distance there. Coming through 18,000 feet now, descending at 2,500 feet per minute down to 8,000, where we will be on reaching at Enjug, sorry, and then we need to be at 6,000 feet by SLL. So after Enjug we need to bring it down 2,000 feet to be 6,000 at SLL. Perfect. With a little right hand turn imminent, and then the zigzag process of the arrival into El Prat Barcelona begins. Coming in on a Albi 1 Zulu arrival for the localizer approach at 24 right at El Prat tonight. Nice and peaceful, lovely ASMR style descent over eastern Spain this evening. Yeah, we've got a right turn coming up any second now, and there's our track, the zigzag I told you about down to Barcelona. There's our right turn.
Bank angle.
I do keep saying this on the videos, that the bank angle used to work when I first bought the aircraft, and now for some reason, doesn't matter what you set it to, it always turns the steepest that it can. You always get the bank angle warning in the cockpit. So there's our turn to the southwest. As we continue our descent down to 8,000 feet. And there you can see on the PFD, NJUC, we need to be at 8,000. Green lines moving up ever so slowly to NJUC. And then at SLL we need to be at 6,000 feet. Pretty weird though, because I don't know why it does this, but then the next waypoint after that it's saying 8,000 feet, so why would it descend you to 6? That's weird. Is there any way we can get rid of this departure and just go direct on these waypoints? Do we really need to zigzag? We're on low fuel as it is anyway. Let's just have a look at the map again. Let's see if we can do more of a direct approach. So that's SLL there. We could do let's just make a track left now and head direct to SLL, couldn't we, and just skip the others, head down to 6,000. That might make sense. Just trying to remember how you actually do it. I know, we select that, we go like that, we select that, we go like that, and we select that again, and we go like that, then we hit execute, and what that should do is give us a track off to the left. It's updated the PFD and we should be making a left turn now. That's executed, and yes, there we are, going direct SLL now, shaving a bit of time off on the approach. We'll bring it down to 6,000 feet, so we are where we're supposed to be when we get to that waypoint. $6,000 set and running. Let's just check the PFD again. I'm going to zoom in on that as well, just to make sure we've got the best possible views for the arrival, and that's absolutely perfect. So you can see now SLL is the star, one of the stars on the arrival there, and a little bit messy. It still looks a bit messy, but we'll go with it. We'll go with it. It's all good. So let's just skip through the FMC here now. Still saying we've got 4 to go. I mean, look at all these waypoints on the way in. Is there really any need for it? Got any altitude restrictions on the way in? I'm just checking that now on the FMC. Not that I can see. At Tebler we need to be at 2,300. That's fine. There's the runway. 24 right. BCN Barcelona. That's fine. We need to be 2,300 feet on the approach, which is also fine, and 6,000 on reaching SLL, which is all good. 8,000 feet now. 6,000 is selected. Fuel warning yet again. We'll get rid of that master caution. and we'll be at 6,000 feet on reaching SLL. Absolutely perfect, everything's configured correctly. And there's our view now. There is some high ground there ahead. Have we come down too early? Let's hope not. Just keep an eye on that subtle silhouette off to the left hand side. Hopefully SLL is past that. It is saying 6,000 on reaching SLL, and that's directly ahead of us, so that should keep us away from any high ground. I do know that there is high ground slightly inland from El Prat and Barcelona on the descent. 6,000 feet now. There is some high ground to the left. We'll keep our eye on that. We can see the silhouette on the left hand side, but we are 80 minutes into the flight now, guys. Terrain warnings coming in now. I think I'm going to get the landing lights on and get the landing lights all configured and ready for coming into El Prat. Okay, get the taxi lights in, the landing lights are on. We're at 6,000 feet and it's looking like we're making a left turn at SLL after that high ground. We'll just keep an eye on that. Yeah, we can just see the contour of the mountains directly ahead. Just check off the left wing there. Can't really see anything because of the wing lights. The road's looking quite close down there. You can even see the traffic on the roads beneath us. So we'll just keep an eye on this track on the way in now. There's a silhouette of the mountain off to the left hand side, so we are going to clear that high ground. Yeah, that's fine. We've cleared that now. No problem at all. A number of manoeuvres left and right to get us down to El Prat. Too low terrain. Too low terrain. Not having that. We're at 6,000. There is the high ground to the left, you can see it there. No issues with terrain. Directly here. Oh, we have got a windmill there, so we are quite close to the ground. We've cleared that though, no issues there. It's a good job we kept it at 6,000 feet for SLL land, isn't it? Otherwise we'd be all over that mountain. I think we're just going to go direct now for the waypoint that's closest to the airport, guys. We don't need to do a zigzag. We've been flying for nearly just over 80 minutes now. Let's have a look here now, see what the best, most direct route is. I think if we just go Tebla and that takes us direct onto the runway. That's exactly what we'll do, and we'll bring it down to 2,300. There's no high ground here at all. We're just heading over the city of Barcelona now. So let's, without further ado, let's cut this slight, we'll bring it down to 4,000 feet. VS, and we'll do that very, very gradually. .500 feet per minute, that should do us. And then if we go down to the FMC and we want Tabla, So we will next we want Tebler, and then we want that there, execute that, bang. There we go, direct Tebler. You can see left hand turn now and then directly into the runway, approximately 20 nautical miles out, so we'll bring that down to 2,300 as we're at sea level at El Prat. We'll make it 2,500 just to be on the safe side. That's bringing us down gradually now, 5,500 feet per minute. Okay, we're pretty much configured for the arrival now, guys and girls, obviously. And there's our captain's view of Barcelona at night as we head direct Tebler, or Tabler I should say, and then making a right hand turn down for the runway at 2-4 right for the localizer approach on the Albi 1 Zulu. Lovely weather here tonight in Spain, over Barcelona on the east coast of Spain. Beautiful evening for an arrival. Thanks once again for joining me here on Jetstream TV and Twitch.tv. I'm Tim the pilot, and it's an absolute joy flying and bringing you content here on the channel. I actually did a Formula 1 race earlier today, which you can check on Jetstream TV. I think initially as George Russell started at third position on the grid, had a collision, then needed 2 pit stops before everybody else had 2 pit stops, and still managed to finish 6th or 7th, I think, within 17 laps. Exhilarating racing. If you like your Formula 1 as well as your aviation, get yourself over to Jetstream TV, check out that last race that I posted earlier today. You'll see it, the thumbnail is just a picture of George Russell's car. Anyway, without further ado, let's focus on what we do best here on the channel, and that's fly the aircraft. 84 minutes into the stream now, guys. This has dragged on. I will be editing this video and getting rid of the first probably 15 minutes because it was an absolute disaster zone because of the technical issues, and whatever they've done with the latest update has basically knocked out my joystick, so I have terrible issues every time I want to fly in the sim. Right, let's see, without complaining too much, let's see where we're at. We're at 5,000 feet now. Are we coming down on the VS? That's still recognised at 500 feet per minute. Maybe need to come down a little bit faster than that now. We'll come down at 1,000 feet per minute. That should get us down a bit faster for the arrival. Yeah, that altitude's winding off nicely now. 2,300 they said. We'll go with that, and we'll come down at 1,200 feet per minute. That gets us down that little bit faster. Let's zoom in on the EFIS range. Yep, we're approximately 12 nautical miles inbound Tebler now, heading out towards the coast with a right hand turn then onto finals for 2-4 right at El Prat, Barcelona. Okay, I think what we'll do now is let's just check the FMC quickly. Runway is about 10 nautical miles away from Tebler. That's fine. Okay, good stuff. So as we make the right hand turn at Tebler, we'll get the flaps in, we'll get the gear down, do all the final checks for our arrival into Barcelona. And until then, we'll jump into the cockpit view and we'll enjoy the arrival from the nose cam. Check on the speed actually. Still doing 250. We need to slow that ever so slightly, I think. Get that down to 200 now. Still on the VS, 1,200 feet per minute, coming through 3,200 for 2,300. Absolutely perfect. 7 nautical miles inbound Tebler. We're making a right hand turn very shortly down to El Prat. We can get the flaps in as soon as we make that right hand turn, that'll be our next job. Check the wing views, and that's the view we'll have for the flap check. All good here in the cockpit, everything as it is. We've got the landing lights on now. You can see the flickering lights of the airport off to the right hand side there. Just let the cabin crew know. Cabin crew, 10 minutes to landing. Cabin crew, 10 minutes to landing. Thank you. (2,300 feet now. We're at the correct altitude for our descent. And as this right wing dips, we'll start getting the flaps in for arrival. We'll get the gear down as we straighten up for the runway. Out over the ocean with a right hand turn any second now. One nautical mile, here comes the turn. There is the turn for the airport, ladies and gentlemen. Flaps coming down. Flaps 1. We've got the moon shimmering on the ocean below the right wing there, guys. The flaps coming down very slowly now. There's the runway ahead of us, ladies and gentlemen. Gears coming down. Rest of the flaps coming in. Down, I should say. 91 minutes into the stream, guys. It's gone on a bit longer than it should have done this one. We've done a direct approach down to the localizer for 2.4 right now. Okay, flaps are full. We're fully configured. The gear is down. We are ready for the arrival now into Prat Barcelona. I'll be hand flying the aircraft, disengaging the autopilot. A couple of miles out. I'm making a manual landing on 2.4 right. Okay, we're going to go back to the cockpit view now for this, guys. We'll just have a quick look off the right hand side there on our approach. Auto throttle's doing its thing. You can hear the engines powering up to maintain 2,300 feet. And there is our destination ahead of us, guys and girls. Just going to bring it down to 1800, or maybe even 1500. We'll do exactly that. Yeah, that's exactly what we'll do. There we go, guys, just descending slightly. That should assist us for when the autopilot comes out. Slow the aircraft to 165. Perfect. Lovely approach. Landing lights are on, all of the other lights are on, all of the checks are done, flaps are down, gear is down. We are ready to land. Cabin crew, take your positions for landing please, seats for landing, thank you. Okay, autopilot's coming out now. And the auto throttle disengaged. Just double check that the auto throttle has come out there. No, it's not. Now it's off. Okay, we're all good. I have control. As we come in over the industrial area of Barcelona on the approach to El Prat.
$1,000.
1,000 feet, check. Subtle adjustments here on the coming in, there's not really much in the way of wind. We're getting some gusts ever so slightly, which is just keeping us off the centre profile, so just managing this on the way in now. Just going to bring the throttles back ever so slightly.
$500.
500 feet, decision height. Decision is to land, continue.
400.
Check.
$300.
300, check. Continue.
200.
Check.
Sink rate. Sink rate. 50. 30. 20. 10.
very, very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Prat Barcelona. Very smooth landing that, didn't even notice the touchdown, to be honest with you. We'll be vacating to the left now when we get the opportunity, following the green lights, the taxi lights down to the left hand side, heading over towards the tower. Get them flaps up, we don't need them now. And that's 98 minutes, probably the longest stream we've ever done here, guys, because of the technical issues with the joystick earlier today. Huge airport this, so we're just gonna take a chance, take a taxiway, look for somewhere to park, and it's as simple as that, really. Just park it over here on the right hand side next to this other aircraft. And that should do us, guys, I think, after a very long flight. Just stick it there. Parking brake on. And it's 100 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Prat Barcelona, with the beautiful lights of the airports here, the mountains off in the distance. With that said, it's probably best for us to call it a day here. So thank you very much indeed for joining me, and we will see you on the next live stream. Take care, look after yourselves, and we'll see you on the next flight. Thank you.